You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television, within our Facebook, YouTube, and they stream live now our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Where they bring the program come to you this morning, my name is Khadija Bangura.
And my name is Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, Liberty Online Television, they can look at the saga where they continue at the Sierra Leone Bar Association, also where they can give the latest updates regarding the EGM when at the emergency general meeting where team Sorie, Sengbe, Marrah and team Warray, Serry-Kamal, they won for all yesterday, waiting at the outcome and waiting at the challenge and where they still they get for SECA, the Sierra Leone Bar Association, outcome of the executive elections will be happen some time back na Kenema. We will discuss all of this inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and plenty other issues them then at the program for you this morning, and we will get Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah when one party candidates and we been contest for be the president for the Sierra Leone Bar Association. But after waiting be happen at Kenema during the AGM, we see Usai the March forces, Usai Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah and Warray Serry-Kamal been come together and say then the fight for justice as them believe say waiting be happen during the AGM na Kenema not to elections, and then and the other colleagues them say they want for fight for the Sierra Leone Bar Association all another AGM also then go elect the new executive. Well, for the past months now they don't participate. Yesterday finally na the new Brookfields Hotel we see amidst challenges where they be get then be all the EGM also then be get some resolution them and then pick a caretaker body where they believe safe or look after the affairs of the Bar Association so they then take them into elections. Wetin this mean and other things then for the Salone Bar Association, Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah go join me at the studio this morning for talk about this decision where they don't take. If you just tune in, don't forget for share the program, add your voice, by the way, how you go send with your comments at the comment section at any of the platform them where they watch with this morning. We go read on our messages them later on, and safe we'll get to now voice them. If you watch we na YouTube, don't forget for subscribe to the channel and also put your post notification bell on so that anytime Liberty Online Television count, you will get the notification say we don't count on.
Alright, we dey continue with the breakfast show and we dey go first na court. Forget the latest updates on the court-martial trial where they carry on for Seka, the November 26 alleged coup wey been happen. Well, the number 15 accused person inside this case, in brother Wena Franklin Oluwole Taylor, inside in statement na the court-martial trial where they carry on before the judge advocate Mageba. Don't go talk na court waiting in no, but waiting if feel say been happen for Seka and brother in involvement na the alleged November 26 coup. Let we just watch as David Yankesi say. Alright, sorry, as we reporter Marial to Sheriff go update we on waiting be happen at court yesterday on the court martial.
The number 15 accused Momo Kagbo in brother Franklin Oluwole Taylor of number 2 Charlotte Road Regent Village, Freetown, don't appear before the judge advocate Mageba inside the court martial trial na High Court number 2, Wednesday, July 10 this year, for testify as a witness for the 15 accused Momo Kagbo. Inside in testimony, he say, in a driver and Momo Kagbo na in big brother, they say around the 25th and the 26th November 2023, as a family, then be decide for create WhatsApp group for the discuss family issue and for know themselves because he say them be don't lost them parents them. Usa he say them keep all family meeting every last Sunday inside every month. And say na be in turn for host the meeting Sunday, November 26, 2023, and be identify some family member them will be the part of this WhatsApp group. When Alpha Kagbo, Marial Kagbo, Samuel Kagbo, Maggie Kagbo, Momo Kagbo, Mary Kagbo, and other one them. And say, he have been the closest to the 15 accused Momo Kagbo. So he say, he be able to convince them for attend the meeting na in house. And he be agree for attend. And say, na in house he go sleep that day. So he tell in woman for prepare in favorite plazas where he attend the meeting. The 15 accused in witness Franklin Oluwole Taylor continue say, he been called the accused Momo Kagbo the 25 November for remind them for attend the meeting November 26 and say the accused Momo Kagbo be agree for go na in host the 25th of November for sleep day for meet up the meeting the next day when November 26, 2023. He say where in brother Momo Kagbo reach, he been see pass an ID card where them began for Camp Freetown. Usa he say he been asking woman for serve him food, and after he eat done, he not go any side again, pass where he go inside for go sleep. The witness carry on say, around 2:55 a.m. na morning, a grab for go wet. Usa he hear in brother Momo Kagbo in phone the ring, and ask him for pick the call, and say he hear person they ask in brother for key, and in brother be show the person outside the key day, and in brother been go back to sleep. The witness carry on say, and not be sleep again, and he decide for go meet a woman wey been sleep na parlor. He say few minutes later, he hear gunshots, and he been rush go tell him brother, but this gunshots. And him brother been grab and start for make call them. After the call, him brother when at the number 15 accused Momo Kagbo, be tell and say, they don't cancel the pass with them give am for Canton, and that if we return back na Lunge outside the work. The witness Franklin Oluwole Taylor say he try for convince him brother not for go that same day, but him brother be tell am say he need for go. So he been go left am na road and tell am say make he call am when he reach. But say he not be hearing nothing again from him brother till late in the evening November 26, 2023, where him brother Momo Kagbo, one of the 15 accused in wife Zana Bangura, call am na phone they cry and tell am say they don't arrest a man when are the 15 accused Momo Kagbo, and say from then he not hear anything again from him brother. Pass way him brother in lawyer AI Kagbo Esquire tell am say him brother Momo Kagbo for appear in a court, and tell am say the state don't charge him brother with the offense of mutiny, misprision, murder, conspiracy, and other one them. The judge advocate Mageba they adjourn this case to Wednesday, July 11 this year. For Liberty Online TV, Me na Marial to Sheriff.
All right, we continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television. Earlier, I will tell Una say today we they can look inside the EGM where team Warray Serry-Kamal and Augustine Sengbe Marrah be all yesterday after a requisition notice where they been pulled say then go meet at the New Brookfields Hotel when I be yesterday, July 10th. And amidst challenges where them be done they get because you see outside the other faction where na Madam Tuma Gento Jabi, they be right to the New Brookfields Hotel and request say Warray Serry-Kamal in team and Augustine Sengbe Marrah no for all the EGM at the New Brookfields Hotel. And yesterday morning, heavy presence of police officers they be there outside they be the man the gate and then be stop Warray Serry-Kamal and Augustine Sengbe Marrah and team not for go inside, but they be end up team up na the streets and all the EGM. Well, for can't tell we but waiting big come out of this EGM and the new resolution there where they don't take and the caretaker body where they pick and how they plan for continue with the fight where they say them be done the fight for justice. Now the studio this morning I want to welcome Augustine Sengbe Marrah. Good morning, Mr. Marrah, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning. I always glad for there. Yes.
All right, we don't see from months back since the time where you declare your intention for run for the Salon Bar Association presidency. When I don't go through the campaign on all three way be the contestant and then they and later when I go na Kenima, a lot of things happen. Videos then they all over social media of waiting be happen at the elections. When I come on at the elections, they come back with people and say you and Warray Serry-Kamal join together and form a force. Take we back to the decision of you and Warray Serry-Kamal when have been two different candidates who they contest for this position, but when I decide now for come together and form one team.
So interestingly, just by way of correction, what happened yesterday the EGM, not to team Sengbe Marrah and team Warray Serry-Kamal. Now members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Now they meet yesterday. We don't pass the, or we not reach the 8 in terms of teams. We may get teams and prior to Kenema, myself, Milena Reyes, Warray and Tuma. We go to Kenema with all enthusiasm. Say members then will be given the rights for elect the best candidates amongst we three. Unfortunately, all we hear upon a Kenema, members then characterize them as falling short of the standards same way they na the memorandum and articles of association of the company when the Sierra Leone Bar Association and even the Companies Act, right? Just few things here for highlight. So, for example, the meeting for start at 1 o'clock, then call the meeting to order at 12 o'clock. Right, you can start meeting late, but you know go start meeting early, especially with that meeting they don't communicate until people and where then people and they some of them they travel from Bo, they go Kenema, so then they come off Freetown, they go Kenema. Now, not just that, you appoint somebody where members and take objections, say not for head the elections, not for preside over the election, and that person in a Francis Kaifala. We also state during the Kenema, say there is a case na court already. We touch and concern Francis Kaifala in conduct, so he cannot preside over the elections, right? So all what happen at the end of the day, members them get for take a position. They left you all after police and camp pepper spray, barricade, etc., and shuts down the all. How then come up with them votes where they get 560? Nobody can imagine unless you guess. Because the people that we left now, they all after the entire membership in all left, they were less than 50. Our amongst them and generate 560 votes, now their own concern, now their own business. So when members in Canon Freetown, we say we want to ensure so we comply with the law. The law say, and by the way, the members of a company then are the highest authority. Directors are not big past members. Members then they elect directors, now then they remove directors, and then they determine the directors and salary. So when members then come Freetown, we ask ourselves, what do we do? Because in company law, the courts are the last place to go. And then the people and for no. So not so like other instances, society say, well, why they not go court? No, in company law, now members then and the governing authority that then they decide all things. The only thing they need for comply with notices. So the law say if members they want for convene an EGM, then for ask the directors and for convene an EGM in 21 days. Now then they then call requisition. So we will come back from Kenema after the AGM now all, and by the way, we own position at the AGM now all, because certain things and in law where them for be transacted and for happen if you want call a meeting, annual general meeting. One, that are the directors and for present a report. No report, not a line, not a syllable, not a phrase was reported by the outgoing directors led by Madam Swallow. No reports, no audited financial statements. In fact, we had presentations which were meant to be done by NRA, for example, by lawyers and the General Legal Counsel, when the regulatory body. None of those presentations was done. So the AGM now, members then come, they requisition the directors them for convene an EGM so that we can decide a date for an AGM. 21 days. It passed. No word from Madam Swallow in executive, which now been the outgoing. And then we address them because at them been for steer the ship until we get new directors. We not get any word. The law say if members they not receive any word from directors, whether requisition them for conduct an EGM, then can call that EGM, but then forgive for that 21 days. So now that make we do the other 21 days. So you not say from Okomo Kenema to date, it don't pass 40-something days. Because by law, we they comply every step of the way. And at that day, we don't do. So what happened yesterday, now basically the result of the 221 days period, where we decide, say, after the 2 period and they elapsed, the notice was given, the agenda was spelled out by members. And by the way, the first requisition was signed by over 500 members. The second requisition was signed by 300 members.
Their members then they will sign Augustine. Now one way Madam Tuma Gento Jabi and young executive, because I remember the last year we host the controversial PR Alfred Commander, we say then detect forgery and also some signature then the way na double signature them, and certain people and name them within that particular list they will not been published. The people and deny say in no day to them they not consent to the list.
So that's very interesting. We're a very open book. We're honest about things. So we'll publish a requisition. We put out a notice in 600 members. But waiting happened because the list me in Baku, and then they were physically required to sign. So some of the junior they will take one list some side, then take another side. So people then sign double without knowing that they may not sign on one list. So when we get for sanitize that list, when we sanitize, we pull all the duplications then people juniors the way we don't sign, then senior then threaten why you go sign here, etc. And so pull we name they will not be say now we been say will not say again. We respect them views. So we'll take all of those into consideration. The list come to 504. And by the way, the law require we for only get 120. We got 505.
So since
yes.
when I go that particular AGM in Kenema, so yesterday where the members then called for that emergency general meeting because of the way how the outcome been the Edina Swallow executive at any point don't try for reach out to Una because of the outcome of waiting Apuyanda?
No, so not a word. I mean, maybe this is interesting. And not just from Wokomo Kenema, from March. We don't write series of letters to Madam Swallow. Madam Swallow has been so busy in this world to speak to people who elected her that one day, send text to we say, I don't see una boku letters, but I'm busy with the angels, with the discourse how for rule this world. I go come back to una. Not a text, not a word, not a liner from Madam Swallow to date.
On a normal day,
so we can't quote her, we're not going to misquote her, we're not getting nothing for quote her.
The Bar Association on a normal day where the membership not pleased with certain decisions, Waiting on can do, waiting at the communication structure we get.
So naturally, you get for write to the directors. So we write them boku letters here. Even before we go Kenema, people had concerns about venue. They no go let be in a Kenema because of travel constraints, lodging, etc., etc. Nobody no answer we. Madam Swallow no respond to any of the letters and they pass the courts. I mean determine them. Issue of proxies. You get boku lawyers. By the way, the lawyers are already out of the country. Then boku pass the lawyers are already in country. So all of those, by the way, they paid and dues. They paid and dues into the account of the association. So the people already don't paid up members them, 1,200 paid up members then they. Not to all they in country, not to all you expect to attend physically. But once they don't pay, then the need for exercise and rights for determine the affairs of the association.
I feel saying a hijack certain sets of our colleagues them hijack that particular election will happen because we see clips them of Madam Swallow himself not be even seem for aware of waiting they happen the day for the elections.
Interestingly, I mean we can't tell lies on anybody. The time when they start the meeting, Madam Swallow not been there, or Madam Swallow in vice been there. Now in vice, now call the meeting at 12 to order. And if you get your vice any sign at this wall, you call meeting at 12. The assumption is he go don't consult you before you call that meeting there at 12. So yes, she denied on video that she was not aware. But the assumption, if you vice call meeting at 12, where you know they as president, it means that somehow whether you be know or you be aware, we can impute knowledge on you. So now that make we say that she was aware. And additionally, from that way that video come out, we should say it denied knowledge. To this day, she has not put out any statement, or she has only written back to members to say, consistent with what she has seen in that video, I mean, I don't think she was aware that she was being recorded. If I don't put out a statement, say, always say happen at Kenema, me not being aware. I was caught unawares like any other member. So in the absence of anything contrary, the assumption is she was part of them small group of people with their own calculation for hijack the association for their own reasons. Right? Now that make we comply with all the laws and then we organize members them for camp for the EGM yesterday in a New Bufis Hotel.
Augustine, on a profession, one way a lot of people they admire, and una get the responsibility for team up for justice, ensure say all citizens get equal justice. But now the table don't turn. A lot of people are surprised. A lawyer they was supposed for team up for justice. Now then they cry for justice. Now Lord, just take you as example. Everybody know you track record for talk for people and for human rights. So camp and justice. Nothing the way you always done the champion. They call out the government on ill things the way then they do. You feel say na any stumbling block day before now for let you or Warray Serry-Kamal not head the association if we are going to fair elections?
I think we not go able put anything far away from which you don't say. The fact of the matter is, and by the way, before we go Kenema, I will write several letters to the IG, maybe, at least 2 letters to the IG, requesting meeting. The IG no one they meet we. Did not. In fact, the other day with the IG write and say, he schedule a meeting with we, in the morning and then cancel a meeting, say busy. Right? These are the same people, where members they don't convene an extraordinary general meeting yesterday, and before 7 o'clock, then deploy trucks of police, armed police officers, for lawyers they meeting. So waiting this see show, and by the way, we not want for bring states blame into all of this. But if the state apparatus, when at the security, deploy forces as early as 6 o'clock in the morning for meeting where they hold 2 p.m. and only deploy officers and barricade the gate and go to the physical hall and then shut down the hall. Concerning. So this is not just about Tuma. It's about the calculation of a state for muzzle freedom. And by the way, I have said it. Democracy is about freedom. Democracy not about whether you feed the people, feed salon or you deliver free quality education. Because dictators, by the way, can feed people and pass democracy. Dictators erode and find past democracy erode. Democracy, indifference between democracy and dictatorship, now liberties. Would then have liberty online? It's liberty, it's freedom. So in democracy, you can build road for person, for people who if you say a fine road and say, no, this is not boko, no let come. For dictator, if you build road for you, for take them, for grumble. In democracy, if they build road, however the road fine, you can criticize them. And the Democrats for smile. Because that is democracy. That's the difference between democracy and dictatorship. So we'll see increasingly the state apparatus are being used against lawyers. It's very, very concerning. It's very concerning.
Augustine, that's not the concern where the ordinary citizens themselves say, if lawyers, the way they team up for justice, they cry now for injustice. How Salon don't turn, we campaign just equal justice for let everybody get up? Because all what happen at Kenema, videos then they viral. Everybody see what happen, especially when campaign elections. But Madam Tuma so believes say in win the elections and he not ready for let's go.
I mean, I don't know what's in your own definition of elections. If you think say that they conduct elections from the gun, who say ballot papers and then a gun, who say paper sprayed in the here, who say verified list of voters not there. If not done in your own standard for elections, then I think fundamentally she has a problem, right? And the problem also is if lawyers and passivity happen na Kenema's elections, then it's worrying because now these lawyers and they advise politicians on national issues. If the lawyers think say they can vote from the ground, then they pick up ballot papers, share them to people unidentified. You can imagine the kind of advice they would give to politicians in terms of conduct of national elections. This should be concerning. Now, this precedent in lawyers and say, we don't want we association to be associated with any electoral practice with regular and unlawful and we fall below the standards of democracy. Now, you would see that people stood out in the rain yesterday. At some point, we put out a notice, say, una go, police don't allow una. Then blame we. Say, well, una send a message because we were prepared to come and then organize this EGM, as we did eventually at the entrance of New Brookfields Hotel. So the urge we, una common ado, because, interestingly, very early on, me and Madam Serry-Kamal, go to New Brookfields Hotel very early on. So we've been there with a small team to organize, put the parks together. Yes.
Prior to waiting on full yesterday afternoon, from morning hours now to go, because normally when you go for a venue, when you go book, you go for be ahead of time. Then we don't confirm and say they don't give another date in at the New Brookfields Hotel.
Long time ago, since June.
So before yesterday morning now, then we come back to us and not for candy again.
No, so interestingly, what happened before yesterday, now that they received letter from some persons we describe themselves as directors. We really say the membership not recognize them. Membership not sabi them. So we see one Alfred Commander, way by the way, a member of the Bar Association. We cannot say he's not a member. But near any director office. Near. Right? So we would not call any title to Alfred Commander. Just an ordinary member of the Bar Association. Writes letter. The management sent a letter, say we won't forget una response because we have a contract with una. We wrote back to them to say, them people are not showing any basis, say we're a legal group. We are members of an association. If they say we are not members, then you could say, okay, we're not going to give a venue for people away, not to members, they call themselves members. But they acknowledge say we are members. Right? We not say we are directors. Nobody has said that. We not say we are directors. We say we are members in the meet. So we respond to them, then say we respond now to that member, we write Alfred Commander and say we get contract, there is no basis. If we not show we court order, then we can disallow them. If we not get court order, then we get a contract only for honor. And that position.
Of the excess security forces from the state, not to be in agreement with the one that we get in venue.
The venue at all. In fact, initially they try for resist, but you know businesses now the state to control them. At the end of the day, they may get for overpower them, right? Because initially we then come and say they can only stand around the gates and then for access the premises. Eventually, they may come with this huge troop of police officers, the way they carry guns and etc. etc. So they go physically shut the all inside the compound. So that's a with small group of organizers may not come in, and by the way, we only be able for enter because we say we not guest them. We get reservation.
But yesterday we reporter did in fact Liberty Online Television cover the entire process from yesterday morning onto the time where Onabidon end up for Oluna EGM, and we reporter Mohamed Kamara bin Dede. So let's just watch back clips of what happened yesterday outside the New Brookfields Hotel. Then we'll come now to Augustine so Sengbe Marrah back for address some of the issues them, especially on the heavy presence of security personnel them.
We are very much surprised to see police officers and men all over the place to prevent us. What is it for? Please.
And
we are a democratic republic. We are a democratic republic.
But for the upon silence of good people, and we are not going to be silent. So let's maintain the law. We are not here unlawful. It's a peaceful one. In fact, this time is where we are here. We pay for here. This is a business place. We are not on the street. If there is any tension, you the police will be blamed for this because you have been used by those politicians who do not have the rights, who do not know the law. We are here.
Let's get so. And we are not here.
We are 100%
so freedom of assembly, freedom of association, freedom of speech.
That's not the voices of some lawyers them. As them be raise concern, but the treatment will then be received from the Salon police. As them be stop them for get access for enter the New Brookfields Hotel compound. Also, them be supposed for hold the emergency general meeting EGM. Also, a group of aggrieved lawyer them we get concern, but the outcome of the annual general meeting EGM will be happen this BNTM na Kenema, where them be end up for announce Tuma Adama Gento Kamara Esquire as the Bar Association president. When I forsake this make them group of lawyer here. Decide for all emergency general meeting. Also, then will decide on the way forward for the Bar Association. Some lawyers them explain about waiting and think, but the police then treatment to them, as they not be allowed them for access the New Brookfields Hotel.
The police armed, then get guns, then get rifles, then get tear gas and all of these things. So we are unarmed, and it will be foolish for let we engage them for forceful way into the hall. I mean, lawyers are civilized, quite apart from waiting other people they talk. I mean, the other parties, they paint me in a picture, say we violent and all of that. But we not don't there on don't observe. In fact, we don't refuse to engage the police in discussion or anything. But they don't block the entrance and they get guns, they armed. And of course, we cannot force our way.
The fact that they stop, says it all. I don't need to explain to you. If they may doubt the potency of the membership with the Canada, they never left with. But because then they doubt the army, they can't obstruct with. Listen, this is the start of a long-drawn issue. This is the start. We will not be tired. No, not at all. No. We cannot be tired at all.
It was a sham which happened at Kenema, they in line with the spirit and letter of a democratic society. That is why some of us, we believe, say we get a duty to stand up and speak the truth and ensure that the right thing be done in a society like this. It's like lawyers, people look up to lawyers and for do the right things. Don't decide to call an emergency general meeting. At this meeting, we don't come for can attend. We get, after they see, hundreds of police personnel will be deployed with weapons for disrupt the process. But sadly, the process will not be disrupted because we have other mechanisms, alternative mechanisms that we put in place to make sure we get the EGM.
After then concern here from the lawyers them, one of the presidential candidates during the Bar Association election, Warray Serry-Kamal, expressed dissatisfaction, but the police their action.
If you want me to stop this meeting, give me a legal basis. Bring me an injunction. They did not. However, the force for good is here. private event, and they claim that this meeting cannot hold because we do not have clearance from the IG. Now, if every company in this country, and we want companies, don't we? Yeah. So, and we are a company limited by guarantee, aren't we? Yeah. So if we have a company, and that company and its members have decided to assemble, decided to meet, to deal with the problems that we are facing, how can that be an illegality? When there is no court order, there is no injunction stopping it. If Ms. Tuma Jabi and the alleged directors are convinced that this is unlawful, they should have done the needful and gone to the courts. This is where the problem is. They did not do the needful, yet because of their positions of power in this country, they are abusing that power. Yes. And they are using the police to prevent us from doing what is lawful. Yes.
Waiting at the next step for the aggrieved lawyer them here. After where the police be stopped them for all the emergency general meeting, Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah began this for say.
We have passed, we have given adequate notice for certain resolutions to be passed. We recognize that the highest organ of the Sierra Leone Bar Association are the members. The members are present here and now. The members are willing to pass these resolutions that would affect the future and the destiny of the legal profession. We would not postpone this meeting. This is not an illegal gathering. Several months ago, we tried many times to get the Inspector General of Police to a meeting because we understand that there are national security concerns. Unfortunately, the IG was unavailable to meet with us. We have complied with every letter of the law. We have dotted our I's and crossed our T's. It is now up to the members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association to tell us here and now whether they are willing to move motions for resolutions in order to replace the outgoing executive led by Madam Michaela.
Lawyer Sorie Sengbe Marrah end up say, even though the police not give them access for all the emergency general meeting inside the New Brookfield Hotel, but then go still carry on for deal with all the motion them for get new executive. We go run the affairs of the Bar Association. For Liberty Online TV, Mina Mohamed Kamara, the reports.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online Television, and that's a report where Mohamed Kamara do yesterday outside the New Brookfield Hotel as lawyer them be there yesterday for get emergency general meeting for discuss concerns them where they get after the EGM where them be all some time back na Kenema. We get lawyer Sorie Sengbe Marrah at the studio with we this morning. We still look at these issues then because the outcome of waiting happened yonder yesterday. Now one way plenty people still concerned waiting for be the next step, being that they not be get access to the hall where they be rent, but they be go ahead and do the EGM. Now let me look at issues them we come out yesterday. Firstly, when I've been surprised for the number of security armed men they want to meet yesterday. Absolutely.
I think members the way they use Jomo Kenyatta Road as early as 7 o'clock, then begin they send signals, say police and they. But we on assumption by then we thought, security, them provide security for the EGM. Right? So we think say, okay, so tell them bring some police for let them ensure say, them give you some protection, etc., etc. Not until we go there, me and Madam Serry-Kamal, we go there around 10 o'clock. Now the time, so we only able to access New Brookfield Hotel because we've been telling them say we get reservation, and which was true. So not just the hall, we had reservation. So with the small team of organizers and self come, pass with and say, oh, we get events now, not a bar association. So they did not identify themselves as lawyers. Now they make they allow them. Afterwards, now, by then 12 o'clock, they not allow any other people, whether you're a lawyer or not. And then, so by 11 o'clock going to 12, that's when, because before then, now been just the gates them in barricade, they all been accessible. So we had, few members that been on going to the all commots day. We had parks, and by the way, we spent tens of millions on this event. So by then 12 o'clock, so just see this whole group of reinforcement they come. Boku police them, we don't wonder. And by that time, they mean who have been there around the hall. So the approach we had, conversations with the officer in charge, and then he told us very clearly that he was under instructions not to allow we for even use the hall. This is not about entrance into New Brookfield Hotel now, at the very hall. So they shut down. So they say we resources there. We don't provide files and parks for members there. Sector. So all of those we were shut down. They say we can take with materials later, not today. We ask them, oh, do you have any basis for this? Oh, now for don't go take clearance. Said this is a corporate meeting. It's not a gathering in the open. It's a corporate meeting in a hotel, a business premises.
Correct from the start, we want to be getting notice for all this EGM. The response from the controversial PRO was it's illegal. Waiting at the legality we want to stand on for organize this.
Not the law. So the Companies Act, 9 say members all over the world, say members and get, if our members and they get the highest authority, then he elect you director, legally elect you director today. Members and they pull you in the evening. They are correct. They are fine. The only thing where the law say members and forgive notice before they do that and forgive 21 days notice. And in this case, we give you 221 days notice. We comply every step of the way. And that make them not go court because they know say always to do legal. But again, we spoke about state interference. Because if the states the police especially, for them be guided, for them get advice, for let them know say all what we have done is legal and they're members. So they are not saying we are not members. They recognize we are members. Yes. So and we not say we convene the meeting because we are directors. No. We say convene extraordinary general meeting requisition by members. So we not pose like say now we the elect. No, because we know say election not take place yet. Okay. So that's so far security. I guess we will talk about the other things as
yes, before we can talk about the resolution there, waiting this mean for our association and the Bar Association. Different notice then become of first you put out a notice where you address your colleague lawyers them. Tell you about the heavy presence of security. Absolutely. Then later we see another notice on the cancel the gathering and go virtual. All of a sudden again we see you and Serry-Kamal appear at the venue. You ask your colleagues them if they want to for all the EGM. We should say una be under a lot of pressure. How una be able to come out and come say, okay, now this membership want live with one.
Absolutely. I think it took a lot of calculation yesterday. So by then 12 o'clock, where we see the heavy presence being on come towards 1, we may get to take a decision as leaders, right? And this is, like I said, it's not about team. They just appoint me for lead members then. So we get to take a decision for say, let us go virtual, right? So when we take that decision for go virtual, we may get for inform members them not for come because of 2 reasons. One, we know say they get heavy security presence. So we're not going for risk and altercation between the police and members of the association. We come at the gates and they are denied entry. But also remember the rain. Say rain they come, if rain big, etc., it will affect people. Unfortunately, when we go virtual, members then almost, well, some them, even though they see the notice and say, no, where will they go under? Right? Some them genuinely not.
The virtual meeting, a lot of them be there outside the gate.
Outside. So it was, so we had the communication for members outside that if we are not come on at all, we organize, let we hold this EGM, we would force our way into New Brookfields Hotel. And what we don't want now, follow get that situation who gets back and forth or pushing and shoving between lawyers and the police. So we may get for make up we mind say, you know what? We can continue the virtual, but the one that we physically then at the gates. Let we come, let we hold the meeting physically before them, and then the one that we the online we continue. So it took us an hour because the decision we make, we know say once we come out of New Brookfields Hotel, they're not going to allow we inside again. So when we get for do all in calculation, at the end of the day, we say, because members were agitating, una come out, you are appointed leaders, una come out and then una can hold this meeting na ya. Because these are the venue. Right? Una all and I the one they were not able to come because of security presence, let them connect online. That's what we did. So we'll come with jubilation for members and gladdy. So we don't team up now for over an hour of the way to now. Let us conduct a meeting here.
We're being come out after 3 o'clock
yes,
for a meeting.
Absolutely.
We're being put say 2 more members they don't begin go very early yesterday. And at some point una come on address on members, una go ahead with the EGM and police been spray pepper spray powder. People be facing intended on for be scatter with all the pepper spray.
In fact, me now one people will be very, very affected. So they may get for pull me first. At some point, I left for about 15 or 20 minutes for go cool down and come back. So my own expectation that every other person for the left because of the pepper spray. I was surprised. Why can't meet the meeting intact? But I'm really we need for not commend really, but get for note say the security police the way them in there yesterday, them being they were not, want of a better word, they not go overboard. They were not excessive. We try for negotiate. At some point where they can spray the pepper spray safe. Now after they don't say, oh, una disperse, meaning get for go physically, as a leader, for go negotiate with them and say, this meeting they done in less than 30 minutes. Then lawyers then they not constitute any threat or etc. So they may get for manage we etc. So if we then spray the pepper spray, members they just move now towards the state. They may get for allow we. Say we done. Interestingly, we made food packs for lawyers. Over 400 food packs we'll make for lawyers them. Unfortunately, the one that we been physically been day not been boku enough. So we get for share to members them, and we recognize also the work with the security of forces them provide and the restraints where they show. Because with all the gun and the tear gas machinery they we then get, then for the user. So at the end of the day, till we done, till we shape with food, till we scatter. Apart from that pepper spray incident, nothing else no happen. We be able to manage the relationship. Thanks to Mr. Moijo, we been did it. It could have escalated, but he be able to manage and professionally.
Be able to in any way establish now under which command and go, whether it was a
they had instructions from
anybody.
They had instructions. Said he had instructions from the IG.
What's in your calculations? What's be the mission of the police na New Brookfields Hotel yesterday? Is it that they not just want to provide security for now, or then go they let the EGM not?
Not all. So the instruction was to for disrupt and ensure that the meeting not all.
But una be able to conquer all the odds then they. And a lot of people be the question say, if this not a good example for let lawyer the all EGM na streets.
It is not, sadly. But as always in situations, circumstances and like this, you get to make do with what you get. But it is not. Every group, every association in this country, we're legally constituted. And not about illegal groups or groups that were meant for undermine state security. No. But any legal group, they're able to conduct a meeting in an environment where free, environment where go give members them way no go appear as if then the whole meeting got man and they around. Then they go create chilling effect on members. So that is not a good example. every association, especially pressure groups, them forgive them the liberty and the freedom and the accommodation for able to associate, because that's a right under the Constitution of Sierra Leone, and that's a fundamental human right. Freedom of association and freedom of expression and freedom to all opinion.
Augustine, in all your years of practice as a lawyer in a salon, and looking back the history of the Bar Association as salon, when one of the oldest bar them na the Sub-Sahara, what in happen so now with una Sierra Leone Bar Association? Not a secret say una get division just because of elections, malpractice. So una the fet say injustice and una want for right the wrongs. What in happen so now with the bar? It don't ever happen in all your years of practice, this division, hatred among una?
I mean, I don't do 15 years at the bar, so I think I'm old enough for talk a little bit about history. So two things for me. One, now the fact that, honestly, I mean, and can be quoted on this, honestly, the level of division, the level of disagreement, I have not seen this type, or this level of disagreement and division within the Bar Association in all my years of practice. I must admit that we don't get political leaders them at the Bar Association for...
Yeah, because people feel it's in a national politics they divide on that.
No, and I have to be very clear. What happen at Kenema, we have to be very, very clear. What happen at Kenema na electoral irregularities and malpractices and the fact that the EGM not all. Political interference are a different matter altogether. But if we stick to what happened on the 18th day of May, what happened, we know that conductor elections, they were purportedly organized something we then call election, we in call election.
Is it not because of political interest?
Again, you cannot remove political interference from what happened, because you look at who that conductor election day or purportedly conductor election, the head of the Anti-Corruption Commission, when I government, when I appointee of government. So if that person they will hold such a high office, go in such a manner, in that chaos day, he say he organize election, he telling of waiting the be.
But not only agree for being electoral commission.
No, we took an objection. Members they objected. Members they objected. They not put their objections and they to vote. So members then say he was imposed on the membership. So now that members are not participating in elections. Give a voter list, let me verify voter list. It did not show anyone a verified voter list.
On Tuesday, we attend the government press conference. It say una contest na this election. So now all them vote for una.
No, we did not contest. The only thing that we did was all that we campaigned that we were going to do, we were not candidates. We were just campaigning to become candidates. So the only thing we give you this platform, we make you the refer we as to we as candidates. Now we then nominate we and second we nomination. And we be need for do that day so that because the only way they nominate and second in nomination, now they become a candidate now. So all them months and then campaign and day, we mean just the campaign for let them go nominate we first. So we need for being nominated for let them characterize we as candidates. So now that they not nominate we are stakeholders in the election. So i.e. we for able for determine the presiding officer, we for also able for verify the list. So all those did not occur. So while we in a candidate we then nominate we been take objection because one, we say the returning officer where them want for where they nominate, they not put into votes because members they object. That's one. Secondly, we not see verified lists where they show we as candidates now. So because of all of that day, and if chaos will be ensue, and the fact that ballot papers were all over the floor, and the fact that the camp papers paid the all, and members then left, election or all. Annual general meeting, when at that day they been scheduled for the annual general meeting, in fact not take place. And during the annual general meeting, elections they happen. Election are the number 8 item. So we not even do number 1 item. talk less of number 8 item.
Maybe we ask you earlier if not to national politics they affect on our association. We don't bring you to a point that we don't get a clear division. During on our EGM na Kenema, after we the Electoral Commissioner Francis Benkefala don't declare Madam Tuma Gento Jabi as the winner of the elections. A video will go viral with the First Lady. They celebrate, say we don't win, as in then don't win the by-elections. And a First Lady, we all know say whose political party it belong and a government person. So with all that is happening now, that in a clear indication for sure say political division they inside the bar and a politics they affect una.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think to be honest, we cannot shield the association from them political interference, concerns and speculations. Because if you have a situation who say the president of the Bar Association, right? The president of the Bar Association gets an appointment with government. They work in a key position at government. I know you talk about Madam Tuma, because if she is not the president, we cannot address her as president. Now only a member. We talk about Madam Swallow now. If you get a situation, can come in.
As president, quickly.
Yes.
We don't see Usai executive don't go to His Excellency the President.
Yes.
And don't say na the Bar Association president. Don't congratulate them. Internationally, there are 10 functions. They now President will even put an official Twitter handle say the new executive of the bar don't go meet with her and congratulate them.
I think it's just unfortunate. We have absolute respect for the first gentleman of the state, President Bio. But with all due respect to the president, he is not a member of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Nowhere in the constitution, nowhere in the laws of Sierra Leone is it required for the president of the state recognize the president of the bar. Nowhere. No provision or day. So one, not to in the grant recognition. Two, not to in the grant legitimacy. Recognition and legitimacy they come up from members, so it can go to State House, it can go to the CJ, it can go to West African Bar Association, etc., etc. Other international groups that we carry respect and credibility, like for example the African Bar Association, International Bar Association, and several other international groups. We be non-contact them say Madam Tuma Jabi was not elected. Members and therefore go to a properly conducted elections, and we go communicate the new directors then. So it's unfortunate, like then small group like West African Bar, their association not get any respect. Nobody knows about West African Bar Association. It's a dead group. It's a group where we will know say if you pull small strings and you get small money, then you put you on some billboard. So we know their association. They not carry respect.
So the money Tuma they use for attendance.
I not say. I just say some group them. If you carry some, you pull small string and you put some money, they go put you on billboard.
From when this AGM done, people be they assume say this not business as usual and salon. People go certain events, they're not happy. 2 weeks media go talk about and then go settle them in house. For this on a young case, is there any way una go for negotiate and come back to the drawing board, go na the table with the Tuma Gento Jabi, Marrah, Sorie, executive, and Leona iron this out?
We are open for negotiations from day one. The only thing we don't put on the table, we negotiation for B, let we get elections, na free tongue, on a date and time to be agreed. That's all. So we can negotiate with you, we can sit down on the table, with you want let the members and get rights for casting ballots in an election. We go tell politicians how for do elections properly, right? Because lawyers and concern say politicians and they come to them for advice on electoral laws. If they cannot conduct their own elections, then lawyers and not forget legitimacy for advice them how for conduct election nationally. So now that make we don't put we foot down. Say we are open for negotiate with anybody.
Because in this case,
yes,
the Michael Aswala executive seem for don't go out. They know they talk to Una. We not ever see.
But they are members. They're still members. Yeah, they're still members.
The other executive when they declare and they go ahead and do the new.
No, maybe we not get other executive. So if we can come back to all the interest groups. Let me put it on that way. With Tuma interest group, where Tuma was a candidate, a nominator and seconder. So if Tuma as a candidate can say, Marrah, Warray, let me sit down and then let me decide a time, a date, and a venue for the AGM we'll go conduct election. We're open to that. We can come to the table. We can then negotiate whether to attend a new Bookfields Hotel or logo Bintumani or logo Family Kingdom, etc., etc. That's the negotiation. But members are clear. When in passing resolutions and they study, swallow no longer. The executive no longer they enforce. We don't install a caretaker body. And that caretaker body, if you look, 90% of them na past presidents.
We can discuss about that caretaker body, but quickly, where say the executive una say una no recognize illegal, then they don't call an EGM.
Well, we say they don't call. We say they don't call EGM, and the caretaker body go take steps for ensure say we do the right thing.
But una members of the bar, not all them call to that EGM.
No. So in company law, how you call the meeting, who that call the meeting matter. So, who that call the meeting, if na members then call the meeting, it means say them for 120 signatures, they not get them. If na directors call the meeting, if for meeting are directors they were legally elected, then people that will call the meeting and are not legally elected, then they not get at least 120 signatures. So they are illegal. That entity is illegal.
They're illegal.
They're
so
illegal.
they
Yes.
call them.
Yes.
But now then they occupy the secretariat now. Then they use the Bar Association letterhead for put out
we use letterhead.
But we not get access to the secretariat.
Yes, so now that make the caretaker committee, we say we'll talk about just now, and they have duty now for take steps for takeover, bank accounts, secretariat. Mind you, not mean get anybody. This I mean just members. And members can't go take over secretariat. Now we don't get small body with their own duty now for take steps and assert control. And we'll not give them long term. Members then say call AGM within 30 days.
In all of this, what in the legal council don't do? And all of this things saga where they happen so.
So interestingly, the legal council actually not get nothing for the Bar Association. Then they regulate practice. Whether they turn lawyer, how you conduct yourself as lawyer.
At some point, you say they investigate.
Yes.
We investigate sooner.
Yes.
And they don't pass 1 month.
Yeah, so interestingly, the council and get power for investigate and discipline for misconduct, lawyer not behave properly, lawyer take client money, not doing work, etc.
They burn all of this where they happen.
Absolutely. And interestingly, the caretaker committee, part of the agenda item, we've been list down Mr. Suleiman Banja Tijansi for this caretaker committee. So we'll put the resolution, remember they reject them. They reject them. They say, no, enough for them at the caretaker committee. So because regulatory body for always being partial, for always being neutral, and for always not show any semblance of bias or compromise. Unfortunately, the event away Commodnado with that investigation purportedly, it leaves much to be desired about the leadership. You know, start safe. You know, go start because the basis for which if it starts not get any legality. So we contest that. And a very senior lawyer in this country, Mr. Yada Williams, put out a 5-page opinion for say all the two I want to do so illegal. Illegal, absolutely.
Let we go now to the resolution the one have been passed yesterday. Now the streets of Jomo Kenyatta Road because now been
the entrance of New Bookfields Hotel. It's very important. That's a venue.
Yes, the entrance of the New Bookfields Hotel. Just take me through some of the resolution them and how una been come about for pick them 5 people and they will be they now the caretaker body of the Bar Association.
Absolutely. So the first thing we'll do now for resolved that the members them, be resolved, say, let we amend the agenda because the notice was sent with the 21 days. There was a proposed agenda. So the members them get for resolved, say, let we deal with resolutions. No more. 1, because of time, and 2, because we've been there in the open, now at the entrance. So then we get for 1, the first resolution of amend the agenda, say, let we deal with resolution no more. The second resolution, we members them in get for move and pass. Now for let we remove Madam Swallow in the executive. We members them been saying that the executive mandate, now then for date the AGM, we for conduct proper elections. But now, because of all what happened and the fact that they don't neglect their duty, they may move a motion for letting them remove Madam Swallow and the entire executive. Now we get vacancy. So remember, they may get for move now say, we get a caretaker committee and resolution like one person can go up and say I hereby resolve I move a motion to nominate Madam Kini Khadija Bangura, etc. Then you get a second, you get somebody for second. They go ask if there's any counter motion to this. So if you not get any counter motion, it means that motion is unanimous. If you get a counter motion, it puts the two motions to vote. So all the motion they will them put, and then second, there were no counter motions. So it means all the motions they them proposed, they were adopted without counter motions. That's one. So once that vacancy be now occur, members they now go about for nominate people and for serve na the caretaker committee. So you go nominate, then go second, and then you go ask if there's any counter motion to this person nomination. So you will not say, for example, Mr. Shears Moses, that been past president. They nominate him, then second him. The motion was put to have Mr. Shears Moses on the team. No counter motion, so it was unanimous. Mr. Elvis Kagbo, also a past president. So you see the caliber of the people and past president. He was nominated, seconded, the motion was put, no counter motion was moved. Madam Basita Michael, she was nominated, seconded, no counter motion. So she was appointed to the caretaker. Madam Rhoda Sufyan Kagbo, nominated, seconded, no counter motion. We come to Mr. Suleiman Banja Tijansi. When a nominator, they not even second them. So, because we want an odd number of 5 people, we members we don't propose, caretaker body of 5, and members they also, as part of the resolution, say that the caretaker body for being members of not less than 15 years standing. So now senior lawyers, because if you're 15 years, it means that you qualify for freedom as an appeal judge. So now senior lawyers. So by the way, all them 4-year-old call now past president there. They are not just above 15, but then a past president. But we come to Mr. Suleiman Banja Tijansi, members said emphatically no. So now that make other person nominates Mr. Musa Nu Kamara, when he said over 15, although he was never president. But they may get for nominated and second name, and there was no counter motion. So then 5 people here. Then get for decide amongst themselves who that get forbidden chair, and the responsibility now for determine an AGM within 30 days. Then within the 30 days, then can select an AGM date, and then that date and time now will be communicated to members, because they get for give 21 days notice for the AGM as well.
So there are 5 people there, so we 4 of them are past presidents of the bar who don't pick yesterday for take care of an organization, so they lead una to an AGM, also wanna go all proper elections and get a new executive. Now don't communicate to them this decision and they don't accept.
No, we're not communicating decision today. It happened yesterday. We don't draft the resolution them, so we go put together the resolution, the forwarding letters them to them, and then send them out to them as well. But mind you, Kenema, you see that letter from the past president, about I think 7 or 9 of them. Them members that will nominate, that people have been very clear. And then letter say what happen at Kenema no to election, and election should be held.
You think so that will succeed on this?
Yes, absolutely, Mabel. If you see the fire of lawyers, me we send a notice, Madam Serry-Kamal we send a notice yesterday and say people are not for Kanu Hotel because they don't stop, and then for go elsewhere, okay, only meet in virtual. They say, no, we're coming there. It's a passion for we want for correcting wrongs.
If we see the EGM come out soon, if in 30 days we agree for get an AGM, what thing go get for happen?
The caretaker body can decide say we'll do virtual AGM. And virtual meeting is permissible now.
So in all of this, so that the right and send on a communication,
So now me and Madam Serry-Kamal, now we are the appointed head. So for now, once the caretaker take over, then we own work London. So now then they stay now till AGM.
After the government's press conference, I keep referencing to this because at the first time I see Madam Tuma come out and speak to the media aside in controversial PRO Alfred Commander. It states about the Corporate Affairs Commission, the involvement in all of this. After Onakomo Kenima, they don't send their names then to the Corporate Affairs Commission and at them they recognize. So with all what they do so, how they communicate to the Corporate Affairs Commission?
So by the way, the Corporate Affairs Commission, their own duty not to recognize, their own duty now for keep corporate documents. It's like a repository. So then they receive documents and keep them, etc., etc. So not to then therefore decide who then are elected directors, etc., etc. Once you comply with them form, then sign them, then can receive and put on a file. Whether they recognize you, one in a company, now you members them. So then members then they will like you go file 200 forms you file out with Corporate Affairs. Corporate Affairs does not give legitimacy or recognition. So now then they fail. We members them, the resolution we members them pass, those resolutions will be drawn up, and then the resolutions and they will be filed as well. Now the file of Sierra Leone Bar Association. Right? So yes.
Caretaker body now, we una don't say that they una want for lead the organization for the next 30 days.
Yeah.
Before aside taking una to AGM, waiting will be their own role again because the secretariat now occupied by Gento Jabi in executive. So if the public want for communicate to the Bar Association, when I don't left there now in confusion, who that for talk to?
Absolutely. I think the caretaker body go get for decide. For example, if we access secretariat or access the account, because mind you, the other resolution will pass now that members are not for pay for this new AGM. So all them payments we don't do for this the AGM we for done all on 18th for apply to this AGM with the caretaker body, you know, because them funds and you get for hire all, you get for kita for people, you get for do packs for people, you know, files and what have you. So all of that should come from the account when our members and pay. So if this caretaker body gets any stumbling block, they know what to do. In that instance, they can go to court, they can approach the court so that the court can get their access, you know, and declare, say, voting members they don't set up and are the legitimate leadership body.
Talking about these courts, now one way make the public be they say, if una dissatisfied with elections, why una way na lawyer there? We suppose forget this court, una no go na court. Now the caretaker body, if they face any resistance for access the secretariat or the accounts of the Bar Association, if they go na court, what if the courts no give them what they expect? Because before the AGM safe, I think una be in a court. At the end of the day, una lost that case again.
Yes. So two things. I don't emphasize the way can to companies. The courts are the last resort. So companies, the law, if you look at the Companies Act, it's so bulky. All things they in terms of how them for regulate a company. So the court for be the last place to go. Now that make it essential that we do all which we will do so. But things like you, then they block you for access accounts and secretariat. You can't go physically and fetch people. So you therefore go to court for that court order. Right? We know that we have had challenges with the courts, but we are not despondent. We know say the caretaker body then go get for make that consideration day and then make that decision day for going to court. Whatever it is now the court we get, we can't go any other platform. And by the way, members they don't say they know they go to court. They just don't use the laws of Sierra Leone, the Companies Act, for do this EGM. Now that they don't reach this place, they don't give the caretaker body, that they have responsibility if they don't get access for approach the courts for certain orders.
All right. Continue for the program. In name na Augustine Sengbe Marrah, one of the presidential candidates that will be contest for be president for the Sierra Leone Bar Association at the AGM model be on Academy. Idea this morning they tell we bought the EGM model only yesterday na the entrance of the new Brookfield Hotel outside them make some resolution. Them say they don't get 5 people where don't be caretaker now for the Bar Association for the next 30 days, and then people are supposed for all new fresh AGM for the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Also, and they go and elect then directors. Them we will be the executive. We will look after the affairs of the Sierra Leone Bar Association for the next 2 years. As then still they contest Madam Gento say now illegal president of the bar. Well, now they can look at text messages. The owner don't send plenty messages them this morning. Me go read from YouTube, Mabel.
All right, they read from Facebook. And the very first message we will start with from the Facebook page. Francis Konima Mansari Augustine say, Sorie Sengbe Marrah, you have taken a road less traveled by many, but stand firm. With the right time, God will see you through.
Robert Cargo on YouTube, they say, Sorie Sengbe Marrah, thanks for pressing hard for the rights of lawyers and citizens against the state-captured institution by this government.
More messages on the Facebook page. Alusain Contest say, this country is sorry. It's high time we begin to look for another nationality. This is a shameful. It is shameful when lawyers who should be bedrock of our democracy are allowing politics to override their reasoning powers.
For the Serry-Kamal on YouTube, they say, it's so sad as a country what is going on in Sierra Leone. Lawyers are crying foul and we expect lawyers to be professional. This is lack of democracy and freedom of speech. RIP to democracy.
More messages we look at this morning at the Facebook page again. Ronald Beresford Ignatius George Stone say the only way to have a bar association fit for purpose is that they make sure they disassociate your association from political interference, which will mean getting rid of any member who have such intentions and uphold the law. But it's easier said than done.
George Walker, now YouTube, they say yesterday was an insult to democracy. Just goes to show that there is no freedom of speech and assembly in modern day Sierra Leone.
We look at more messages. Ronald again at the Facebook page said the way things are looking from both fractions is like there is no evidence of dialogue, which tells it's not about law abiding by the rule of law anymore, but it's becoming toxic and deeply political. Either side of the faction created lawyers are supposed to uphold the laws and should not be politicized. Yet it's clearly seen to be purely political, and the ACC commissioner getting involved makes a mockery of it all. This is a shameful and embarrassing to say the least.
Rockefeller on YouTube, they say, Chief Sengbe Marrah, don't give up until the battle is won. We depend on you to curb injustice perpetrated by politicians. We stand by you, the majority.
More messages. This one from People is zagging on Facebook. It said the reason for the division in the bar is interference of government.
This one, they say, Mr. Marrah, the current government has separated you guys. You and I know that the government has divided you guys into 2 groups, Marrah APC and Gento SLPP Democracy is dead, RIP.
For the Mustafa Turen at the Facebook page, it said this is a complete state capture and the position of Mrs. Gento during the government press briefing on Tuesday shows the state can't let go of the bar. She was nodding her head in agreement during the briefing and didn't challenge government as supposed to be. The bar should be for liberties of the people. I just hope Ms. Serry-Kamal will drop out of the race because she has a political clout over her head. We respect you, Mr. Marrah.
All right, too many messages. I'll just take one. They will come back to Augustine for respond. This last one, what they take from YouTube, they come out from Robert Cargo. They say, Madam Swallow contribution to all this confusion into elections of the Sierra Leone Bar Association in Kenema. If you remember, some lawyers asked her that things are going on, and her reply was she knew nothing about it.
All right, the final one we go look at. We got a lot of messages, but because of time, we're going to forget time to Mr. Marrah for respond. This one from People, it say lawyers' issues are lawyers' issues. I don't see any reason why police for interfere.
All right, from the messages then they come now to Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah for let's try for respond to some of them. Mr. Marrah, you get the floor.
Okay, thank you. I think one funny message will really catch my attention at the way we get for do it's the responsibility of Madam Swallow in all of this. I think we have to be really, really honest as leaders. If they give responsibility for lead you colleagues them, you peers them, your legacy matter. Unfortunately, I think say Madam Swallow not been paid too much attention to your legacy. The fact that you lead people and by the way, Naina, the only person where don't lead the association for 3 consecutive years, and the only. And I think that's a privilege in life, that God will give you opportunity for lead you peers. Some people are always senior for you, 20, 30 years senior for you. You lead them all. Then give you the opportunity for 3 years. I think say been getting a responsibility for left the association sane, quiet, and in one piece, rather than you the left in this manner where members they remove you yesterday and your entire executive in a manner we not really palatable, to put it mildly. So I think that I agree with that commenter. We say we effect all of this because Madam Swallow not been doing work. If in doing work, he make sure say the EGM own la Kenema, he make sure say them in conduct elections fairly. We not for don't get chaos. By the way, I've said that if Natuma be win this election, I was on record say I go work with him. I go work with him. And I go work in an executive no more. But if you get project him, you get anything for work with. And similarly, I said if now Madam Serry-Kamal win the election, I for don't work with him. Because waiting me don't team up for 12 years as a lawyer, now free and fair elections, democracy. Now that they bring me to the other possibly any comments about, oh, they don't divide me into 2 factions. Marrah, APC, and then to my SLPP. No, I have always said, I don't challenge people. I don't run this campaign for months. I say, when I show me in any WhatsApp group, I don't do any political party, I go sit on a meal, so I back out of this race. I have never in my entire life not joined any political party, them WhatsApp groups. You know, I've challenged people in the open. Again, what people don't understand about the work some of we they do, when APC been in a power, for example, who they do work as activists them, the SLPP be na them in the benefits. Then 10 and them they call we SLPP so get. So as an activist, anytime they do work, now the opposition naturally, consequentially, that then the benefits. So similarly, if SLPP then a power now, we they do we work. Now APC within our opposition and then get for benefits from a work. Right? So waiting lawyers they don't put them foot down against. And by the way, to be honest, we get lawyers with the SLPP, we get lawyers with the APC and SLPP, but we also get lawyers them we they not deny any political parties. And the lawyers that were show up yesterday, they were not political leaders. They were not political members. They were lawyers. They were members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. Irrespective of who side some people and they. Irrespective. They were members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. This is not about SLPP and APC. We don't make this point abundantly clear. Me not belong to any political party. Right? And we don't also emphasize. So waiting up on a Kenema what they deal with. Waiting happen na Kenema, not to SLPP them faults, not to APC them faults. Waiting happen na Kenema, na few people them we go manipulate the process. Few people them we go illegally conduct an exercise and call an elections and impose people on we. Then people and they will sabi them.
Hold on, Augustine. Who do they blame for waiting they are put on our association so now?
So I think we don't catalog the blame. We don't blame Madam Swallow. Abundantly. Now for don't conduct any elections any. Now for don't organize properly conducted EGM in Oduam. We blame Mr. Francis Ben Kaifala when I head of Anti-Corruption Commission. When I for don't ensure say integrity of vote, integrity of elections, and integrity of the entire process in Oduam. Now for don't ensure say if members they don't raise objection, so you know for conduct this election, if I don't step aside, impose himself, you only stop there for imposing himself, impose your own votes. because that 560 we give Tuma come off from Mr. Francis Kaifala. We don't challenge him. If Tuma had 560 votes, therefore not allow peacefully that meeting yesterday. Let me call this AGM. Let Tuma put in box and still say in 560 they come on if not properly conducted elections. Let's still say in 560.
So you believe say Tuma not get the numbers?
She does not have the numbers. In a win election at the bar, I would challenge her open. I would challenge her. They win election at the bar.
So the number they wouldn't give you, not to you members then vote.
Now 13 members that show up yesterday. 13. Now for 13 and send over 50 policemen there with guns. Not over 13 or Warray 25 or 28. No, certainly the numbers now we get them. Now we get the numbers and they let them put the election. Let the best person win. If now Madam Tuma magically in a properly conducted election win, I go work with him, I go support him for let he succeed. If now Warray win, I go work with him, I go support him for let succeed. Equally, if now me win, I go call them as well because we all members of the association.
With how election business in a salon, we all know how national politics, national elections, up till now, how we left the country. Bar Association elections self up till now, they part of fete day. A lot of people believe, say, una no go get what una they ask for for let Tuma, Gento, Marrah go into another elections, it go continue for Dede as Bar Association president. For people that we get that believe they, and we believe, say, this road on the waka, it's too long. Assure them people and they end on a membership now before you left way.
Okay, so absolutely what we have done is to comply with the law every step of the way. We have made it clear that we are law-abiding as lawyers. We utilize the tools of the law. We don't, over a month now, we don't walk that path there. We don't come to a point where members, they don't set up the caretaker body. That caretaker body, your responsibility now for call AGM. Then we therefore decide if they think say the environment's not right, then can call an AGM and then decide say we'll do the AGM virtually. Equally so, if they need this
AGM according to our constitution, it go be legal. I'm not going to challenge you now.
Once the caretaker body decide say this is the mode, because then the constitution give them power, say then determine the venue, the place. So part of the determination of the venue can say it can be virtual venue, right? Where everybody, once you register, you can kind of use code for a login. That's one. But also in terms of resources for conduct standing. If they see say they not get access to resources, then they block them here and there, then can decide now, say, let me approach the courts. Let the courts give you access to them. So it's a long road, but we want for do them right, and we no one for let people that usual ways until happen to my people and move on. No, we are not moving on. Electoral integrity and something where the Bar Association really care about, and I want lawyers they want for really send a message that in a democracy, within truly the people only get a vote, and no more the people get. You cannot take that last one from them. So now votes no more.
We're going to win this fight.
Absolutely, we sure because we get the numbers. Even allow the EGM, new Bufis to tell you. First of all, we come on, will organize a press conference. We will therefore go rent chairs because the hall was so full. They want to wait team up, but Kupasi want to wait sit down. So we mean the record say people for don't come in numbers, if not for that 6 o'clock deployment of security. Even when we send message say una no kaya, they came. So it tells you amidst the security concern, they showed up. If na sideway were clear, no security would have been a crowd.
At this stage, if Madam Tuma Gento Marrah pick up the phone call, either you or Madam Serry, say, I want for let we meet, let we talk. This is an association. Don't wash na that in Zena house. Una ready?
Absolutely. Me and Tuma working at the same office. We share meals together. I mean, she's my colleague, my colleague. My senior for a year, my colleague.
You not feel say don't it?
No. In terms of negotiation, we're always open for Canada table.
Even though I don't get a caretaker body now,
Yeah, because we are candidates. Yes, we're candidates.
To the caretaker body?
No, we're candidates. So if we're candidates, we're interested in elections, we can decide, say, we'll meet the caretaker body and say...
Nothing less than elections.
Nothing less than elections.
Because I listened to one interview where they ask and say, why they no approach una? I say they want for use una big one them na the profession because una as lawyer them una believe in seniority. So meeting the CJ, the acting CJ, na be one of your approach then they will be used for bring una all together.
No, but the CJ, all due respect to are not a member of the Bar Association. Then a judiciary, I do they go work for doing court case. They are not part of the executive. Now we don't get, we talk about seniority, now we don't get a caretaker body. We're full of seniors. So if you want to negotiate, go negotiate, go to that interim body there, then can now determine the date, time and venue for an AGM where police no go there with St. Coxem.
You just don't say two man not getting numbers. And now the condition on the Ghana that if we go into another elections, you know, if you say that's stiff for them.
No, but if you believe in 560, then go shop. If Mr. Kaifala not there, obviously, you know, we get 560. If he did it back, he go carry it in 569 bag. Right? But the fact of the matter is, the members are clear that Bar Association, for me, the best example of electoral process and electoral integrity. And then very, very clear that members and for exercising rights, for choose who for lead them for the next, until the next AGM.
Many thanks. Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah, we joined me at the studio this morning. I don't can give you updates, but what happened yesterday. Now the entrance of the new Brookfields Hotel, outside them be meet as members of the Bar Association. Then be all an EGM, outside then agreed to some resolution. They were one panel for pick 5 people them where don't be caretaker for the Salon Bar Association. And in the next 30 days, this caretaker body for take them to another AGM, outside then go get elections, for get a proper executive of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, as they still believe say the executive who they run the Bar Association now illegal, and then still they contest their legality. Many thanks, Augustine Sorie Sengbe Marrah, we joined with the program this morning. And one for say many thanks to now all we view the program. Now Facebook will get over 1.4K active plays them. We watch the program this morning, and on YouTube will get over 300 active views them this morning. Continue for Watch Liberty Online TV, the only digital platform where they give credible information about things that way they happen at Salon. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a blessed day.
All right, and many thanks to the production team. Until we meet again, continue for telling more people about Liberty Online Television as we do for bringing credible information at all time. Till we meet again, Mabel Kabade say goodbye.
This is Liberty Online TV, powered by Orange Sierra.